What do you do if you love fantasy games, love making your own models, enjoy creating whole new worlds and just can't stop writing books and movies for wargamers? For a young, talented and determined Brian Ansell, there was never any question about it. You get to work, and in 1979 Citadel Miniatures was born. Citadel's first home was the Folk Museum in Newark-on-Trent, Nottingham. Modest as Citadel's premises was, they were still a step up from the lock-up garage from which Brian had previously designed, cast and dispatched a range of fantasy models for the growing ranks of enthusiastic role-players and tabletop gamers inspired by the new wave of American-designed games such as Dungeons and Dragons. Games Workshop was already a well-established business when owners Steve Jackson and Ian Livingston joined forces with Brian Ansell to help get Citadel Miniatures off to a flying start. Games Workshop began as a distributor of imported games, quickly established a small chain of stores in England and began to publish White Dwarf magazine for collectors and gaming hobbyists. Citadel's commitment to quality and the company's visionary approach to design proved a surefire recipe for success. Miniatures were supplied to retailers the world over, dispatched to a loyal army of customers by mail order, and sent to the Games Workshop stores to stock the shelves. Citadel was a growing enterprise, but still a very small one, with no more than a handful of employees. Early visitors to the factory were often dismayed to find themselves roped into helping unload the lorry delivering the latest boxes, packing materials, or if they were really unlucky, several tons of casting alloy. But things were soon to change. In 1982, Brian was joined by fellow gamers and collaborators Rick Presley, Tony Ackland and John Blantz, who sat to work on the unholy brew that would rapidly become the very first Warhammer game. The threesome was soon installed in an office in Newark and set to writing, producing and illustrating catalogues, magazines and gaming supplements. By 1984, Citadel had outgrown its premises in Newark and moved to a new factory in Eastwood near Nottingham. At the same time, Games Workshop closed its London offices and the two businesses effectively became one under the dynamic leadership of Citadel's founder, Brian Ansell. Citadel sculptors Alan and Michael Pye were joined by a team of new model makers including Jess Goodwin and Ollie and Trish Morrison, and the design studio was established in the heart of Nottingham. With a growing team of games designers, artists and production staff, Games Workshop was busy engaged in making new games and miniatures. The range had expanded to include board games, role-playing games, card games, and a huge variety of miniatures of all kinds. In 1987, amongst this profusion of creativity appeared Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, a new version of Warhammer set in the dark and sinister future universe of the Imperium. Along with the new game came the first plastic Space Marines and Land Raider kit, some of the very first plastic models ever made by Citadel Miniatures. Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 were to prove so successful that much of Citadel's engineers were soon absorbed in making new models and new armies for Games Workshop tabletop battle games. Things have changed hugely over just a few years. Games Workshop had grown beyond all recognition. In 1991, General Manager Tom Kirby led a management buyout, and the stage was set for a new phase of Games Workshop's history that would bring the world of Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 to new hobbyists all over the globe. As you know, now they've moved to Warhammer World Willow Road Lantern in Nottingham. I can't remember the year they moved there, but they opened the Citadel Miniature Hall in 2005 to display all the miniatures past and present, with the detailed displays and of Excelsior I got all this information from Games Workshop and shows. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and let me know what you think.